Alright, hey everyone, this is Team Tortured and welcome to the channel and welcome to another DVD review. This is the DVD review featuring Robot, the Fourth Doctor's first story. So, so I like this story. Let's just get into the cover, shall we? So we have obviously the Fourth Doctor, we have Sarah Jane, we have Tom Baker Years down there with a picture of the Fourth Doctor, then we have the robot there along with more of them for some reason, even though the episode only features one robot. Anyway, so we have the BBC DVD logo, then we have Doctor Who, and then we have robot. Moving on to the spine, we have Doctor Who Yo-Yo, we have logo there, and then we have a Fourth Doctor, and then we have robot, and then To Entertain logo above it, the BBC logo. Right, on the back we have some pictures at the top. We have Doctor Who, then robot starring Tom Baker, and it has the information about the story, and then we have information about special features underneath it, and then at the bottom it has some legal stuff. You can pause and read any of that if you want to, but I do not have time to show you and read it out individually. Right now, moving on to the contents, we have obviously the disc there, then we have the leaflets. Let's get the leaflet out and show you what it's all about. So yeah, that's picture of the robot again, and you get the gist of it. You can read what's there if you can. I'll zoom in close if you want to read it. Moving on to the interior, you can read any of this if you want to. There you go. And then on the back we have the chapter points. There you go. Right now, let's get into the features of the discs. There's only one disc. So, moving on to the story. I think what this story does well, it's a clear representation of the Fourth Doctor's era, you know, of humour and adventure. Basically, that this story does sum up the Fourth Doctor very well. If you're after a taster of what you're getting for the Fourth Doctor's era, this is the perfect story to get a taster from it. Even like, it's kind of good considering this is the introduction story to his Doctor. You know, it's kind of tells you something, and it tells you that this, like, post-regeneration story did what it was supposed to do, like give a taster of this Doctor's era, which is actually, I have to praise this story for that. It really does that really well, in my opinion. It gives a good feel for the Fourth Doctor and what we can expect. That's what I really want to pray. I really want to get that across. This story does that extremely well, actually, and you know, I think that is excellent how they do make that point very clear that this is what the Fourth Doctor's era is about. So, I've got to say, the robot design, I am a big fan of. I really do like the design of the robot. I just like how physically imposing it is, and yet, like, you know, when it deals with, like, emotion, like, you feel so bad for the robot and everything, and, you know, when it has all that, like, connection with, like, Sarah Jane. I just like the design of the robot. It's so cool. I don't know, there's something about it. And, moving on from that, you know, how it grows, so it's absolutely giant. It's, you know, I think the effects, yeah, I know it's a bit, you know, bleh. But I mean, you've got to cut it some slack. This was the 1970s. I mean, it's good for its time. The special effects are excellent for its time, I believe. I really can't fault it for that. I mean, I suppose that's the best effects you can get for that sort of thing in those sort of, you know, years, you know. So yeah, it's good for its time. I like how Sarah is a key part of the story. I like how her character is important to the role, because sometimes companions are just dragged along for the ride, you know, in classic stories. But I really like how Sarah Jane is used well, like to her full potential in this story. How she, you know, connects with the robots, I've already said. This is also not only the Fourth Doctor's first appearance, this is Harry Sullivan's character first appearance. And I've got to be honest, I think that Harry Sullivan is a really underrated companion. I really do like him, and not just him. I really like this TARDIS team, the Fourth Doctor, Sarah Jane and Harry Sullivan. I've got to admit, that is a brilliant TARDIS team. That is my favourite TARDIS team by far. And that's one of the reasons why I love Season 12 so much. I just love it. not just because of the TARDIS team. I mean, all of the episodes in that season just shine. Like, I just love all of those. But that TARDIS team is really brilliant, and I think it's a really iconic one as well, considering it kicks off the Fourth Doctor, the most popular Doctor amongst fans. So yeah, I've got to admit though, I didn't really like how Unit was in the story. I mean, no, I said that wrong. I love Unit, and I'm glad that they were in the story. What I meant is that they weren't used enough, in my opinion. I mean, they kind of were, like, they had their purpose in the story by, you know, guarding that thing that the robot ended up, you know, that the villain ended up getting anyway. So the Unit was rendered useless. But, you know, I guess, yeah, I wish they were used more, like, especially like the Brigadier, because he was very much in the background, but I suppose that's expected considering they're trying to introduce these new things, you know, the character of Harry Sullivan and the Fourth Doctor. But, you know, what can you do? I gotta say, I absolutely love Tom Baker in this story. Like I said about this is a great taster for his era, I think that Tom Baker's acting, it seems like he's been doing it for years. He jumps into the role and it's a perfect fit. He's absolutely brilliant in the role. Like, he doesn't have any, there's no, like, doubt that he is, like, you know, that he is, like, the Doctor. He's slipped into the role very well, and it seems like he's been doing it for years, you know, even though it's his first bloody story. It's absolutely excellent, that. I really am impressed with that, you know, and, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. I got, like, one of the things I praise stories on like this is that it's paced out really well. Like, it doesn't drag, and also, like, the vibe of the story, like the theme of it, the themes that go on, like, it's consistent, you know, like, you know what you're watching, like, you don't have to, like, it doesn't have a sudden mood change and it kind of, like, kills the vibe of the episode. Like, what you like about it is gone. Like, I don't know how to explain that, but, like, I like this story because it feels like it's a smooth going story, and there's no inconsistencies in there, you know? Gotta say that, yeah. Yeah, so, I've got to admit, like, some of the parts in this story are a bit too silly for my tastes. I mean, that's one of the reasons why the Fourth Doctor isn't my first, like, most favourite Doctor of all time, is because of, he's a bit too humorous at times, just a little bit over the top. I mean, there's nothing wrong, like, with it. I mean, loads of people love that part about him, but yeah, I feel like, especially, like, the bits where he's, like, choosing his outfit and things, and he's, like, his post-generation is very, 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 like, over the top humorous, very saturated, a bit too saturated for my taste. That's what I'm trying to say. But I still love it, and it's definitely, like, something that can be praised for if you're a fan of the humorous side of the Fourth Doctor. But it's just, you know, not for me. But yeah, so and then the last point I've really got is that the Professor is kind of a cool character, to be honest. I mean, yeah, he's used well along with the other villain who hides in that little, like, bunker. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool little contained story. I think it's a little hidden. I think it's a little gem. I really do like this story. I really do like it. So part one, overall overview. Part one is a fun episode. Part two is interesting ideas building up, and part three is a good continuation of part two, actually. And part four is a good enough round off conclusion. You know, I mean, it rounds off the story and it kicks off the adventures to come in Ark in Space, Sontaran Experiment, etc. You get the idea. So yeah, I gotta admit, like, this story is very good, and that's why I score it. I give it an 8 out of 10. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah, that's what I see. It an 8 out of 10. A solid 8 out of 10. I like this one. So yeah, now that we have finished the review of Robot, I, as usual, rip up this piece of paper that says Robot, and that will never have to do the review again. And so the review for next time will be decided out of the Bowl of Doom. Right. Obviously, as usual, I can't prove that I'm not looking, but I promise I've got my eyes like closed right now, and I'm not looking. I'm just need to pick out an episode. Oh, I got one. All right, cool. What have we got? We have got. Oh. Okay. We've got Warriors of the Deep. Oh, whatever. Warriors of the Deep. Well, damn. Right. I mean, I hate Warriors of the Deep, to be honest. It's such a cheap story, Tatty. But anyway, we'll save all of those points for the review. And to replace Warriors of the Deep in the bowl, we are going to put in another story, and it is The Mutants. So yes, this is going in the bowl, and it might get picked out next. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? Anyway, there you go, and I hope you enjoyed the review for Warriors of the Deep. Stay tuned for hope you enjoyed the review of Robot. Stay tuned for the review of Warriors of the Deep, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.